Attention. If you or a loved one suffer from being completely ass at Call of Duty, this video may be able to help. Enjoy. Welcome guys. Thank y'all so very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and check out this video. My name is Matt, also known as Jackal. Today we got another banger for you. As many of you know, I stream over on Twitch on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Playing a lot of Cold War right now, grinding for Dark Matter. In the process, I've gotten SMGs Diamond. I've maxed out the levels. I'm still working on a few of the Diamond camos, but overall, I've got what's considered Diamond for the set. So I figured, what a better way to celebrate that than by doing a Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War SMG tier video. So I'm going to be giving you guys, in my opinion, what the best SMGs are in Cold War right now. I think you guys are going to be surprised by some of these picks. There's a lot of guns that people are sleeping on right now, and in my opinion, what people think is the best may not actually be the best. So without spoiling anything, guys, I'm going to let you jump on in. Please do not forget to leave without leaving a like. Really helps out the channel. Share the video with a friend if you enjoy this channel's content. Chances are they will too. Thank you so much ahead of time. You guys are going to see a link down below to all of the math and statistics that I did for this video to just kind of show and prove why some of my choices are placed where they are. So check that out. I'm going to mention it again in the future, I promise. So if you forget, it's all good. Alright guys, the moment you've been waiting for. The number 8, also known as the worst SMG in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War right now as of mid-season 4 comes down to the MAC-10. We all love this gun in Warzone. We all love this gun very close range. That's all that it's good for. MAC-10 sports a very shoddy 28 damage per bullet with a very minimalistic range of only 14.25 meters with this build that I'm using. With the lowest bullet velocity and the absolute lowest move speed, sprint speed, shoot speed, sprint to fire time, and aim walking speed, this gun just ain't it in Call of Duty Cold War pub. The only thing this gun has going for it is the fire rate at an astounding 1,111 rounds per minute. This gun just shoots ammo like no one's business. It is the definition of a bullet hole. But with a magazine size of just 53, even adding on with an extended clip attachment, it's just not really great. You know, you're gonna mow through those 53 bullets in just a matter of a few seconds. Needing 5, sometimes 6, even 7 bullets to kill an enemy is just too long for an SMG. And for that reason, I've put it down in number 8. As for the attachments I used in this build and what I consider the best attachments, we have the Agency Suppressor, Task Force Barrel, Field Agent Grip, the standing 53 round drum magazine, and the Airborne Elastic Wrap. All these attachments are going to help increase damage as well as range a little bit, give you some extra bullets, and help with that shoddy ADS time. Coming in at number 7, we have the AK-74U. Yes, that is right. The gun that all of the professionals use in their matches. Everything that I'm seeing, all the statistics I've run, tell me this gun really ain't it right now. So many other guns have gotten buffed, and this gun has kind of seen a couple of nerfs throughout the last few seasons, and for that reason, it's number 7. Sporting a very underwhelming 9.52 meter effective damage range. Some of the worst vertical recoil you have seen in this game, as well as the second slowest ADS time. The gun just doesn't have much going for it. One positive to it is 41 damage per bullet, as well as a 670 meter per second bullet velocity, which does put it second in its class. But overall, it's just not there. The gun just performs very underwhelmingly. You would expect a gun with so much recoil to do a little bit more of a kick, but it just doesn't. Damage is mid-tier. Range is where it kills it for me. If this gun had even just a few more meters of range, it would be right up there with you know, the MP5 and the Milano, but it's just not. So for those reasons, it's got to stay at number 7. it's gonna go down as of right now in mid-season 4. It is one of the worst SMGs in Call of Duty Cold War. For those of you curious about the attachments, I suggest you use the GRU suppressor, the Task Force barrel, the Spetsnaz speed grip, the GRU elastic wrap, and the KGB skeletal stock. A lot of this is going to, again, increase damage and range, as well as helping you with that sprint to fire time and the ADS time that are both very lackluster for an SMG. Coming in at number 6, we're going to have the MP5, yes, the base SMG that you get at level 1. This gun just doesn't entirely have everything you need. The MP5 has the second worst effective damage range at just 12.7 meters, very subpar damage at just 34 damage per bullet. Everything else is just kind of mid-tier, you know, it's got some decent mobility, some decent ADS time at 192.5 milliseconds to ADS, tied for second best out of just 4 different numbers. So again, mid-tier. Everything just screams mid-tier about this gun. Very average recoil for both vertical and horizontal, very just average. If the range was better, honestly this gun would be a little bit higher up, maybe towards the 4, maybe even 3rd. But the 12.7 meter range kills this gun. 857 rounds per minute, again, with a 34 damage per round. It does give time to kill a little bit of time. You know, it takes a little bit to get this gun to do what it needs to do. But overall, this is a very average gun, so it's going in at number 6. For anybody curious at my attachments, I suggest you should use the agency suppressor, the task force barrel, the SFOD speed grip, the airborne elastic wrap, and the Raider stock. All of these combined will give you more damage, more range, more mobility, and of course better spread to fire time and ADS time. Coming in at number 5, we have the Bullfrog. This is a gun that I expected to rank higher, but unfortunately the statistics just don't allow me to. With very average statistics, such as just 35 damage per round, 750 rounds per minute, 437.5 meters per second on the bullet velocity, average move speed, and everything combined. Again, ADS time ranked in the middle at 2nd out of 4. Recoil and range are where this gun strives. It has the 2nd best vertical recoil and the 3rd best horizontal recoil in class. Effective damage range, it's top of the line damage range. You will be beaming people from roughly 24 meters away while still getting that 35 damage per round. That's insane for an SMG. But everything else just screams mediocre, unfortunately, you know? So it's just kind of an average gun that deserves an average placing at number 5. For anybody curious at the attachments, I suggest you should use the GRU suppressor, the Task Force barrel, the Spetsnaz grip, the 65 round magazine, and the GRU elastic wrap. Again, all these attachments are going to do is give you more damage, more range, more bullets, and better mobility. Range doesn't really need to be buffed, but it's always great to have that buff. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the halfway point. Coming in at number 4 is the Milano. So this is another gun that recently got a huge buff in Season 4, and I really expected this gun to be top 2, but again, it's just not quite to that standard yet. The Milano sports a sizable 44 damage per round, as well as the 2nd best range at 19 meters. This gun shreds. You guys know it if you've been playing with it. One thing that it does lack, unfortunately, is fire rate and bullet velocity, with the 2nd worst fire rate at just 576 rounds per minute, as well as the 2nd worst bullet velocity at just 394 meters per second. It takes a while for the bullets to get there, but if they get there, they hit. Your best chance for mobility is the Milano. With the highest move speed, sprint speed, shoot speed, sprint to fire time, this gun absolutely just lets you jump around and just hop around as much as you want. With some pretty lackluster recoil at the 3rd worst for vertical and the 2nd most in horizontal, it's just not quite up to the standard of 1st or 2nd right now, unfortunately. So for these reasons, I've placed it at number 4. For the attachments that you should use, I suggest using the Agency Suppressor, the Task Force Barrel, the SFOD Speed Grip, the Airborne Elastic Wrap, and the Raider Stock. Again, all these are going to do is increase your damage, your range, while minimizing any recoil you can with that SFOD Speed Grip, and giving you some more mobility as well, you know? We have reached the coveted top 3 guns, people. Thank you so much for sticking around. I know this video has been a little bit longer. I apologize. I'm trying to get these done as quickly as I can. Coming in at number 3 is the PPSH. This gun was a little bit of a surprise to me. It just barely edged out the Milano in the score that I gave it, and as well as just barely falling under 2nd place. So this gun is actually pretty solid. With the 2nd highest fire rate at 909 rounds per minute, a sizable 2nd effective damage range at 19 meters per second, as well as the best vertical recoil control in the game, this gun is solid. It's a solid choice. One place where this gun lacks is bullet velocity. It's tied with the MAC-10 for the lowest bullet velocity at 350 meters per second. It's going to take a little while for your bullets to get there, and they're not going to do much of a hit. You know, only 29 damage per round, but I think the range is what makes up for it, as well as some of the mobility that you get from the higher end of your move speed, your sprint speed, as well as the 2nd highest ADS time, 192.5 milliseconds to ADS with this build. Gives it 2nd place, and it's just a solid gun, you know? It's a very good choice. Not as great as 1st place or 2nd place, but it's a solid choice. As for the attachments, I highly suggest you use the GRU suppressor, the Task Force Barrel, the 55 round drum magazine, GRU elastic wrap, and the Raider stock. Again, just increasing range, damage, magazine size, because you're definitely going to shred through some bullets in this gun. And then again, the elastic wrap and the Raider stock for ADS time and sprint to fire time. These guns, a lot of them need it. You're an SMG. You're looking for as mobile as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally at the top 2. If you've been counting along at home, you know that we are down to the KSP and the LC-10. 2 guns that I definitely did not expect to make it this far. I thought the LC-10 would have been 6th, maybe 5th at best. And the KSP, I wasn't sure where it would land, honestly. The gun, it's a burst gun, so it made things very interesting to look at the stats. And it's kind of hard to compare, in my opinion. But I have decided your 2nd placed SMG in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War goes to the LC-10. The LC-10 is a great choice. Although it does only sport a 32 damage per round bullet and a mid-tier effective range at 15.88 meters per second, what it does have is great recoil control, great ADS time, great speed. Mobility is insane with this gun. It is among the top, if not already at the top. And I think there's a lot of things that are average with this gun, but what it doesn't have that some of the other guns had was that one thing that's just absolutely terrible. It doesn't have the worst fire rate. It doesn't have the worst range. It doesn't have the worst damage. It doesn't have the worst recoil. Nothing. Everything about this gun may scream mediocre, but everything with the rest of the guns screamed mediocre except for one thing. Or except for 2 things. Or, you know, MAC-10, there was a lot of things. But this gun just isn't bad. It's not a bad choice. It's got great mobility and everything. It's just a great SMG. For those of you curious about the attachments, you should definitely look into using the Agency Suppressor, the Task Force Barrel, the Field Agent Grip, Airborne Elastic Wrap, and the Raider stock. If you guys can't tell, I really like these 5 attachments for SMGs. Helps out with your range, your damage, your mobility, your ADS time, and your sprint to fire time. There's just no reason not to, as well as some recoil control with the Field Agent Grip. This gun just has it all, except for one thing. It's not the KSP. Yes, that is right. Statistically speaking, the KSP is the best SMG in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War as of right now, recording the highest damage output at 53 damage per round. You heard me right, 53. And a 3-round burst, 53 times 3, that's over 150. You can one burst people with this gun. Second highest range at 19 meters. What this gun lacks, and obviously it's because it's a 3-round burst, is the fire rate. Obviously, it's not going to shoot as quickly as any other gun at a 3-round burst. But it is almost 10 hit points above the second place gun in damage. If you can hit all 3 rounds in a burst, or if you can cycle the bursts very quickly, you are able to definitely get some kills with this gun. Move speed is its highest, sprint speed is up there, shoot speed, sprint to fire are all up there, aim walk is the second highest out of 3, ADS time is again second highest out of 4, vertical recoil control is mid-tier at 4th, horizontal recoil control, it has the most. So for whatever reason, the KSP has a tendency to pull to the left. It actually has a negative 300 horizontal recoil, which means that it pulls to the left rather than most guns that pull to the right, which is weird. But it does have the highest horizontal recoil control, so just make sure your right stick or your mouse are a little fine-tuned to slide to the right as you're shooting. But this gun just has it all. There's not really any downside to this gun. If you can control the recoil, which is very easy to do, don't get me wrong. It is very easy to control this recoil. You'll definitely have fun shredding with this gun. It's a 1 bullet, 1.5 bullet kill in hardcore. It's a 3-round burst in core if you're in the right range. The gun is great. There you have it, guys. This has been my Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War SMG tier list. You've gone from the MAC-10 all the way up to the KSP and seen what, statistically speaking, is the best SMG in Cold War. Like I said, link down below. It's the first link at the top of the description to the spreadsheet that I've used, where I did all of my math. You'll see me break it down. Each gun got a score based on the details panel in-game for each statistic that it gives me. I then took the top 13 statistics and broke it all down. Gave each gun a rating on a 1 to 8 based on how well they did in rankings in that statistic category. I then gave each statistic a ranking on, I believe the lowest was 0.01 all the way up to 0.1, adding all 13 of them up to equal an entire ranking. That's a little bit more subjective, so if you disagreed with that, let me know, and I can definitely tweak it and show you that guns are probably still going to stay about the same. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do not forget to leave a like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you are new. Share the video with a friend if you enjoy this channel's content. Chances are they will too. Thank you so much ahead of time. Having said that, with that said, hope you guys have a good rest of your day, night, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it may be, wherever you may be. And I'll talk to you guys later. Much love as always, homies. Peace.